I'm not an expert in anything, and even though sometimes I get introduced as an expert, I always kind of dismiss that as a label because there's so many expectations that one gets when they hear that you're an expert in something. What does that mean, really? Well, to me, it means nothing. I enjoy talking about things. I enjoy thinking about things. I enjoy sharing my thoughts with other people, and never claim to be an expert, really, in anything. So, that being said, I got an email here I wanted to respond to from the Mac and Josh, and he's got a good question that may apply to a few of you out there, male or female. Josh writes, I'm sure glad I came back to the chat room. Sorry I missed out on it for so long. Anyway, my question is not tech related, but you usually have good answers. Thank you. I've recently become single, and am wondering the best way to approach a girl I might find attractive. It's difficult sometimes in situations where you aren't exactly encountering the other person for any specific reason. How might I start a conversation out of the blue without coming off as weird? Same thing goes for online. If I find someone in a social networking site that looks interesting, how do you think I should reach out to them without coming off as weird and the situation being awkward? If you could help, it'd be awesome. Otherwise, don't worry about it. I'm going to mention datingdna.com before I dive into this. I happen to be sitting in an advisory role. It's a free site that is related to dating. They're going to be working on a few other things. Kevin Carmody, who we had interviewed a while ago about other things, that's his particular company now. And so datingdna.com, you can set up your own DNA profile and then share that with someone you may be interested in. And then you can see how much you match with the other person. It's a really interesting website, at least for dating. I haven't really used it because I'm married, which I guess makes me somewhat successful in the relationship arena. And marriage, for better or for worse, is a relationship that will have good days and days in which are not many good things happening, awkward though speak I may. So, do I have any advice? Well, for me, in my perspective, I have experienced both online and offline dating awkwardness. What it boils down to is not coming across as eager when you want to meet somebody. The more eager you are, the more the other person is likely going to be turned off. Unless, of course, there's a mutual attraction happening, and that may or may not be the case. More often than not, however, eagerness is generally discouraged in this whole part of the relationship process, as in the before you get to the beginning part of the relationship. Confidence, as opposed to eagerness, is good. Being confident is good. Not egotistical, not megalomaniacal. Did I say that right, Wicket? You don't care, you're a dog. Closest you've ever had to a relationship is sniffing the dog's butt. Anyway, being confident about yourself or what it is you're doing is a good trait. Confidence is so important. If you are someone, much like me, who would be a bit shy around other people, especially if you wanted to approach another person to see if there was any kind of interest, any kind of spark, or what have you, sometimes you have to step out of yourself before you leap into that kind of situation. That's what I did. Back in college, I went through a dating phase. I had, had a few girlfriends to that point, and it got to the point where with last girlfriend, who ended up cheating on me, long distance relationship, we were young, long story, it was just a very troublesome relationship that has probably scarred me for life, as most relationships may very well do. So be careful before you jump into something. Anyway, at that point, I was just like, you know what? Whatever I was doing before didn't work. I was, too shy. I wasn't forward. I wasn't direct. And I changed things about myself that really started to rub off on, my experiences specifically in dating. And I would then find myself approaching a female and, being confident, not feeling too awkward, finding something to talk about, some shared interest potentially, and not really doing anything more beyond that. I mean, the last thing you'd want to do is, latch on for dear life, to somebody that's eager, that's too eager. But, generally in the conversations, you end up sometimes getting to know someone quickly. Sometimes it takes more time. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And if you feel embarrassed, the best suggestion I have for you is step out of yourself. Like, if you're going to put yourself in a situation where you know you're going to feel awkward, it's going to come across as being awkward. But if you're confident about it, even if you're not a confident person, if you pretend you are, you're going to come across as confident. If you take yourself, your brain, your mind, your spirit out of your body, let your body do the work, and then as soon as you're done with that situation, snap back, you're going to accomplish a lot. I have no other way of explaining it other than thrusting myself into a potentially embarrassing situation, feeling distanced from myself, being able to do it, and then coming back and saying, okay, I did it. It worked or it didn't work. But the worst they're going to say, well, this isn't always the case, but the worst they're probably going to say is no. Oh. Oh? Sorry, I got a notification there. Pixie, is my other dog, just notified me. She's apparently sniffing someone else's butt now. Wicked. They're brother and sister, so it wouldn't have worked out anyway. From the same litter, by the way. That's what makes them brother and sister. Okay, so if you can, just think beyond the other person, as in you may be attracted to them physically, you may be attracted to them for some other reason, but ultimately it's finding, common interests. Maybe it's differences that bring you together. I mean, either one could work, as long as there's some amount of, whatever you would call it, the magic, the spark, but it's usually finding things out about the other person over a course of time, not necessarily what they post to a profile, because you're going to get to know them, potentially really well if you can read the signs, either in person or online. It's going to be a little deeper than a simple email message or a simple message back and forth. But the last thing you want to do to catalyze that conversation is something like, "Hey baby, that's a great profile picture." That just doesn't work. It might. I'm guessing that it won't. So, approach it in a casual fashion, sit back, watch, experience, share. Don't be eager about it, it's kind of like, remember Of Mice and Men? Little puppy dog! Oh, you little puppy dog! Oh! And then what happens to the little puppy dog? Here's a clue. Doesn't go around sniffing anybody else's butts after that point. That's exactly what you could do at the beginning of a relationship. Don't be eager, but be confident. You understand what I'm saying? Hang on. Oh, it's Dr. Phil again. Got it. Dr. Phil calling me now. I probably said the wrong thing. My email address is chris@perillo.com. Maybe you have really good relationship advice to pass on to Josh. Feel free to leave a comment. You may be reading my blog at chris.perillo.com. Share it there. Share it wherever. Just share advice. Whatever, happens to be on your mind, in your heart, on your body. If you wear t-shirts with relationship advice, I guess. Boy, he really wants to talk to me. Hang on. Hello? No, I gave him my email. Perillo.com. Chris@perillo.com. PIRILLO.com. Okay. Yeah, no, okay, I got it. Okay, bye. Anyway, sorry about that, folks. You can stop by our website, our little social network of geeks, if you'd like, and do a variety of things. I'm getting there. Jeez, I hate when celebrities watch me on the internet. It's kind of freaking me out. See, that's the problem. I got the network, geeks.perillo.com. Then we got this live video feed that everybody feels the need to tune into at any given time. Because I got the feed going out 24 hours a day with the chat room that you're more than welcome to join. In fact, did you know that 2 people that I know of met and eventually got married, and they met in this chat room, or essentially a version of this particular chat room? The next time may happen to you, if you're lucky, or whatever. Usually, though, we're talking tech. We do have to deal with real life, like relationships. Don't ask me why I put that one in quotes. I'm just kind of feeling... Hello? Okay, I won't use another one. Dr. Phil hates the air quotes. So anyway, stop by the chat room, watch the live video feed. Even if I'm not here, these people certainly are. Maybe this guy is too. Wicket. I didn't kill you, did I? Huh? Didn't squeeze you too hard. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, much like the rest of the internet. But we're at one place. Underneath Wicket's head, or behind it there, right? See it? Live.perillo.com. We'll see you later.